Behind them, we've got number 4, Jupiter Storm. Good word for this one from the Gary Moore team. The whole Heart of the South syndicate are down here to watch him in action. He's had the 2 runs. His first run was very good at Newbury in what was a pretty competitive maiden over 7 furlongs. He was then overfaced really in a sales race at Newmarket. If we go back to that first run, I could think there should be plenty more to come. And having spoken to Hayley Moore, she's here supporting her father today and managing the Heart of the South syndicate, and she thinks he could have an excellent chance. Obviously, Gary's team hit a bit of a purple patch recently. They're operating at a 26% strike rate, and Jupiter Storm could be one to go pretty well for them. We've also got could well pull out a little bit more. They're all in though. Let's get up to John Hunt.
The 5 runners jump away then for the British Stallion Stud supporting British Racing EBF Maiden Stakes race. And away nicely was Henry Clay. Jupiter Storm dwelt slightly, but is very, very quickly right on top of his game, and now comes zooming through between runners to be the overall leader. Humongous Saw is racing keenly as well, and he now disputes the running as well. Henry Clay, meanwhile, just drops off the pace slightly alongside Persida and also breaking the bank. So down the hill they come. Covered the first 3 furlongs. Humongous Saw out in front narrowly. From Jupiter Storm, who's up the inside, the other 3 runners all right in behind, with Henry Clay, Persida, and just the back marker breaking the bank. So round the turn for home they come, heading in towards the straight, and they've got from this point under half a mile left to run. Humongous Saw will lead them in, but it sits only just a neck in front from Jupiter Storm with that big white face as they come down the straight. On the outside, breaking the bank, is trying to deliver a blow alongside Persida. Henry Clay is just the back marker, and for the first time is just shaken along as they now come onto the track, and 2 furlongs left to run here. Jupiter Storm has got his way back to the front here ahead of Humongous Saw. Henry Clay is ridden in behind them, but picking up again. Persida and breaking the bank of the back 2 as they have Jupiter Storm to catch. Henry Clay now moving into top gear over on the far side, but Jupiter Storm still in front. Henry Clay is 2 lengths away in second place. Then comes Humongous Saw, who hasn't been able to quicken. It's another winner for Gary Moore, locally trained. Jupiter Storm wins well. Henry Clay in second place. Humongous Saw was third, followed home by breaking the bank, and last home was Persida.
Good performance from Jupiter Storm then to win our 3rd race on the card. He's picked up the £10,000 racing bonus, so I imagine we'll have a few happy owners here at Brighton as they come back into the winners' enclosure. They're all here as well, the Heart of the South syndicate for Gary Moore. They thought he had a good chance coming into it. He was just maybe overfaced in that big sales race. They're always desperately competitive up at Newmarket, and he's bounced back here. He showed plenty of promise on his debut at Newbury, and he showed that he had plenty more to give here. He's won fairly comfortably in the end. He was always looking fairly positive travelling into the 2 furlong marker coming into the home straight. It was at this stage breaking the bank. He was going backwards. He was the first under pressure. Humongous Saw also looked to be labouring coming into the straight. A little bit more to give from Henry Clay. He ran a good race to finish 2nd in the end, and it was Humongous Saw, the favourite, who finished back in 3rd. Maybe suspicions about the ground could be founded, and he might just need a little bit more dig to see him to best effect. But Jupiter Storm has had no problems with the ground at all. He's run a really good race here under George Baker, despite just having his heels snapped at going down to post by that loose dog. He stayed very calm and relaxed. He didn't let it bother him at all, and he's run his race here to get himself off the mark at the 3rd attempt. So we're going to have some happy owners here, I think, for the Heart of the South Racing Syndicate. Jupiter Storm wins the 3rd and picks up the £10,000 racing yearling bonus. What price did he return, Boise?
Well, Gina, you weren't the only one who quite liked him. He opened 5 to 1. He's returned those 7 to 2 second favourite, Jupiter Storm, well backed, and wins well, you'd have to say. The others unable to go with him when George Baker asks him to just keep on and extend. Now the danger looked to come from Henry Clay. Adam Kirby can't close the gap though on board the Mark Johnston train newcomer. Does stay on for the 2nd spot though.